Okay. KTT, new episode once every 2 weeks. I am Drift. I'm joined by my co-host.
It's BlackStarXero. Just call me Zero.
That's the energy we have. That's how we bring in this particular episode. This is episode 40. Before we get into the episode properly, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps the algorithm, helps me, helps Zero, helps the pod. You feel me? So we're going to get into One Piece in the first half, and then I believe once again in the latter half, we're going to have a discussion about Dragon Ball Z. Kind of some hot takes there. You feel me? So
Spicy stuff.
Stay tuned. So, cool. One Piece, you can tell by the hat to the people that are watching me on TikTok. You get me? So, with the long-awaited reveal of Xebec, you get me? The face reveal, come on, streets been talking. I felt like it was a good time to kind of address some of the hot takes that I've been seeing online. You get me? Obviously, with every new reveal, there is similarly going to be a new wave of dick suck. You get me? Obviously, I'm going to have to edit that part out because we ain't even past the 2-minute mark yet, you get me? But there's always going to be a whole wave of people on their knees for the newest revealed character. You get me? Like, all kinds of liquids dripping off their faces. You feel me? Cool. So, with the reveal of Xebec and some of the stuff that we see him doing in Elbaf, you know what I'm saying? Slicing apart a mountain, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Clashing swords with Harold, you know what I'm saying? All of that. People are now saying, yo, he is the strongest pirate of all time. You get me? And they're justifying this by saying, yo, you show me another pirate that it took a successive pirate king and the Marine's greatest hero to team up to beat. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, while that statement is true, I feel like people...
To an extent.
Literally, I was going to be like, so while I feel like the statement is true, I feel like niggas are only really locked into one half of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some bias there. I wouldn't even say biased. Oh, no, I will say biased because you want to make your point sound like it's correct. You feel me? So, by saying Roger had to team up with Garp to take down Xebec, you are correct. That is what happened. You feel me? But I feel like if you dig a little deeper, anybody that was looking at the panels or anybody that has like a working brain, you feel me? That's kind of tapped in with the One Piece streets, will let you know, hey, it wasn't Roger and Garp versus just Xebec. You get me? It was Roger and Garp versus Xebec, Big Mom, Shiki, Kaido,
Wang Shi,
you know what I'm
Kaido,
saying?
exactly.
Like
Captain John,
even if people don't
bunch
know,
of named niggas.
even if people don't really know exactly who niggas like Captain John are, for example, you know what I'm saying? You know who Big Mom is. You know what I'm saying? You know who Kaido is. I know niggas know who Kaido is. You feel me? Because that's what we got Gear 5. Come on. You feel me? So I know niggas know who Kaido is. You feel me? And you are all aware that these individuals were also there and on the side of Rocks. You get me? So it's far from Roger and Garp having to team up just to take down Rocks himself. You feel me?
There's a lot more going on.
There's a great deal more going on in the
Fig
background.
Island. We can't rule out his involvement in that fight as well. We'll never know about it until we get the God Valley reveal, whether or not he actually participated in the fight. So sure, right? But given the fact that we know for a fact that bro has hands, and given for a fact we know it was on the island at the time of the incident, there's no way a major player like that isn't involved in the final scrap with Xebec. None. Zero. So it's a 4-way scrap at minimum.
So the question I have for you is, how do you feel about the recent, I'm gonna go ahead and say it again, dick suck for Rocks? You know what I'm saying? So, versus who he is as a character in the works versus how niggas be rocking with him IRL. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like the dick suck is justified?
Let's see. We have hype statements and then we get bits and pieces of backstory. Pardon me.
Yeah.
So he's established that he's a strong character. I'm not going to downplay man.
100%. 100%. He is showcased to be a phenomenally strong character.
Right. And you have to be a certain level, certain caliber person to keep, personality like Big Mom and Kaido in check.
100%.
You understand? So again, hands. Right? So is the dick suck warranted? I seriously wouldn't say so.
Why?
You understand? I don't feel like it. We still don't know enough about him. We got tidbits, sure, but they're only showing the best of the best. You understand? His top moments ish.
Yeah.
You understand? Should I even really say top moments ish? Because we don't see when he take down the admiral. So I would consider that more of a top moment. That's statement.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah. So look, I'm not gonna say that the guy isn't impressive. You understand?
100%.
Quite the resume you have there.
100%.
You understand? So we got the Sengoku statement way back when, and then now come with the recent reveals. Yeah, quite the resume you have there. Yeah. So is the glaze warranted? to an extent. Is it over the top? Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
You understand? So that's my feel. Is it warranted to an extent? Over the top? Definitely. Definitely.
Okay, cool. So my whole thing is this now, yeah? Do you feel like Rocks, because of like the recent fucking goings on in the anime, well, not the anime, the manga. Yeah? Because of the recent goings on in the manga, do you feel like Rocks is going to become a more popular character than, say, Blackbeard? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, let's see. It's not like what Blackbeard isn't without feats. Right?
Bro, when I say, again, quite the fucking
resume.
You
understand? Quite the resume.
Quite the fucking resume.
Like, we don't call him Marshall D. Shiesty for nothing.
For no reason. You
get me? I so it's not like he has thing. But just off what your paps is doing, you understand? Like, you ain't took down no Admiral, I'm sorry. You and your squad had to jump an already severely injured Whitebeard to kind of finish him off.
All right.
You did 1v1 ace, so I'll give you that.
So you taking it more from the angle of hands. Okay, I respect
you understand? So
okay.
yeah, no, but the hands are what's gonna garner him the renown, especially out in the IRL. You understand? Man, I'm gonna really consider the hands, not the machinations.
I mean, fair enough.
You understand?
Go on.
So he has quite a resume, as you said, right? But when we're looking at the stuff that your dad did, So again,
so when you say that stuff that your dad did, what do you mean?
All right, cool. So stuff that dad did, cool. So, Katarina Davon, Jesus Burgess, Lafayette, Von Arga. We don't know fuck all about them.
Facts.
We don't know what kind of hands they have.
Okay.
We just know that they're dangerous enough to be like part of the 10 Titanic Commanders.
What?
You understand?
What?
So that's good. But go back to what we said 5 minutes ago. A Kaido, a Big Mom, a Whitebeard. We know what that looked like when they were old, and we can go off that for when they were young, which would be even worse and more powerful. You understand? And Rocks was able to keep all that in check.
Hear me. Now, I feel like when niggas say in check, you feel me? It's via the baby backfights or like the Davy backfights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So them niggas are listening to Rocks because they respect that particular pirate code. You get me? I feel like that's a part that some niggas online, not you, but like in particular, but that's a part that some niggas online be kind of getting confused as well. I feel like they feel like everybody that was following Rocks follows him unanimously because they follow like they believe in him as their captain. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It was very more close.
I'm talking about like an iron fist and iron grip. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. At
possibly.
No point is it implied that he could keep them in line with his strength alone. You get me? It's not really implied. Like when any of them are talking about their time in the crew, them man are like, we follow him as just a fucking means to an end type shit. You feel me? It's not quite the same as we're scared of him. Like if that nigga dropped dead, nothing changes. That's
all right. Cool. So set aside the Rocks.
Don't get me wrong. Stay me like let me land this boat. You know what I'm saying? I say all of that to say, don't get me wrong. I recognize what Rocks represents by heading a captain, like by heading a crew filled with those personalities. 100%. That cannot be slept on.
Right.
You feel me? But I feel like if we're talking pound for pound feats, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say Blackbeard has outclassed him yet. But Blackbeard still has some very fucking notable feats.
Blackbeard should go, of course, because obviously at the end of it, he's going to outshine Rocks.
But that's what I'm like. I'm never talking on like the future as of yet. You feel me? I'm also talking about Blackbeard up to now. You still done some pretty shiesty shit. Like shiesty shit.
Pulled up on the Kujas, wrecked their shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Pulled up on fucking what's his name there? The Heart Pirates, wrecked their shit.
The fucking payback wars, nigga. You feel me? The payback wars where man spins back and fucking claims Whitebeard's territory. I'm like,
the payback war, capturing Kobe.
You feel me?
You understand? Done a lot of shit.
Shiesty work. And like, but the way he maneuver as well, bro. Like, cool. Put you this way, yeah. Cool. If niggas respect Rocks getting niggas via fucking the Davy backfights, yeah. Something has to be said for fucking maneuvering to like specifically get into Impo down just to take them niggas and make them join your crew.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, don't get me wrong. Do I feel like overall his feats have outclassed fucking Xebec? No, I don't feel like you represent a danger to the world at large as of yet. You feel me? Right. But even up to now, your fucking escapades have like they bring you damn near close. I can't lie.
True.
You get me? Like your escapades bring you damn near close.
The one that really kind of like crowned Xebec for me is the fact that he made into Emu Chamber.
I was gonna speak.
You understand? Like
I was
he
going
made
to
it into Emu Chamber.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, for as much as Blackbeard's getting up to, that is something
nigga,
he
not even just Blackbeard. Nigga, when I said I was gonna speak to the him infiltrating the flower
not
room,
even just Blackbeard. Like
I was
pretty much, you've only ever seen 3 people in that room. It's Emu as an attendant, and now we see Rocks
and Sabo. You know what I'm saying?
Sabo never got there.
Not the flower room. No, he got into the throne room.
He got into the throne room.
My bad. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, cool. I was gonna speak to the flower room infiltration. You get me? The fact that the nigga
garden,
is the first
a garden, so a flower room.
I mean, that's what they call it.
I don't know
you know
what
what I'm
the
saying?
fuck. Did they call it the flower room?
I think they call it the flower room.
All right,
yeah,
cool.
You know what I'm saying?
If they call it the flower room, it's them.
Flower room, flower garden, come say, come say. You feel me? But cool. I was like, in regards to the whole infiltrating the flower room thing, yeah, I was gonna speak to that being because even in the fucking panel where it says nobody had done that ever before. You know what I'm saying? So again, that is something that I will credit Rox for. The fact that not only did you infiltrate that hole, but you did it solo. You feel me? He did it. This is pre him forming the fucking Rox Pirates. You feel me? So I'm like, not only did you do that shit, you were the first person to ever do that shit. You did it solo and then managed to escape. You feel me? So that is nothing I've said previously up to now is aimed at trying to like downplay what the nigga represents in terms of like ingenuity and a hand in the story so far. You get me? It's just with every new reveal, there is a wave of dick suck, and I feel like as raw ones in the space, we need to kind of low key. I wouldn't say gatekeep, but just curve it a little. You feel me?
Can I just like drop my spicy take here?
Go for it.
Yeah. I feel like Oda's got a bit lost in the sauce.
What do you mean?
Bro, wasn't it supposed to be Harold's flashback? Wasn't it supposed to be Harold's flashback?
Don't get me wrong.
Body pull, what is it? He freed this woman, right? Went back to Elbath, then set out. We then see him at the Reverie where he clashes with Xebec.
Yeah.
And then we're back to Xebec story time.
I'm not even gonna lie to you though, yeah. I wasn't gonna speak on that right now. But yeah, there is something to be said about that because it's like, bro, the nigga's flashback got co-opted.
Hey, you know what I'm saying, bro?
The nigga's flashback got
this
hijacked.
This nigga can't help but fucking hijack anything, bro. He hijacked the flashback.
I say this nigga hijacked, to be fair, you know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna lie to you. This nigga shiesty to the point that he hijacks other niggas' flashbacks, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the treasure, my nigga. You feel me? So that's why I'm like, hey, I'll give the nigga credit. You feel me? I'll give the nigga credit. The nigga hijacked another. He didn't just fucking hijack 5 kings in the chapter, my nigga. He took the fucking flashback as well, gang, because ain't nobody talking about Harold right now.
Took the flashback and other niggas fucking crew members from it. You know, nigga, be taking a lot of shit.
Shiesty work. You get me? And ain't nobody talking about Harold right now. Like, don't get me wrong, you're in periphery, but it has been rolling high Xebec country for the last 2 weeks. You feel me? That nigga has set the streets on fire. You get me? So that's why I'm like, the addition, the reveal, love what the fuck is doing for the story. You feel me? Love what the fuck is doing for the story. Again. You feel me? I'm with that shit, with all of that shit. You get me? Because I'm not gonna lie, the low-key centric part of the fucking flashback where it was like him as a baby and shit, you were starting to lose me. You feel me? I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't quite understanding why I'm looking at baby low-key so much right now. You know what I'm saying? When it's evident that his Marge isn't really a massive fucking playing that character in today's world. You feel me?
We don't know that yet, right?
Based on what we've seen?
Based on what we've seen. So one, she seems to have future sight.
Based on what we've seen in the panels, all we know about sis is she allegedly has future sight. That same future sight is what let her say that, yo, my baby's a fucking demon, and then threw that nigga from the fucking first world to the fucking...
we're not co-signing Charlie here.
Whoa, it's not about co-signing, but what I'm saying is this, it's like, that's all we get about sis. That's literally all we get about sis. You know what I'm saying? The next time you hear about her, she's already dead because this is like a flash forward again in the time. You get me? So I'm like, don't get me wrong. The parts of Loki's, like the part of the fucking Harold's flashbacks that was surrounding Loki.
Everybody's fucking flashback.
At this point,
Loki, bitch, here I'm
Hyridin. You know what I'm saying?
Bitch, Hyridin.
His March, all of that. I'm like, brother, cool. I'm with all of that world building. We love that. We love that. But when this Xebec shit be going on, I'm like, damn, nigga, I'm sorry, Harold. You feel me? I'm locked in for the Xebec shit. You get me? I'm locked in for the Xebec shit. I can't
Such a character, bro, can stand 10 toes down with giants, fam. And I'm not even talking figuratively. I'm talking like
this nigga was really...
sense. Like he's such a character that he can like outshine literal giants in your own story,
in your own fucking flashback, in your own flashback, nigga.
So again,
you feel me?
Do I feel it's warranted? Sure.
You know what I mean?
Do I feel like man am I going over the top? Absolutely.
I look cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I look cool. You get me? And as a last little piece on fucking One Piece before we, you know what I'm saying, sail on into the next segment. Fire segue. Yeah? What do you think about the ideas of fucking Buggy being of some relation to him?
See, because I was gonna fucking touch on that to kind of like round out as well. Like,
yes, sir.
Right. So
yes,
I've seen the points in favor. The same eyes, the eye looking, the same poster.
Damning stuff.
But Luffy has a very similar flipping poster with his hand on the thing.
Fuck
anyway,
all
so
of
that one alone, I think that's
all of that. Fuck the hand in the poster.
The tongue out.
Look at the half of their faces.
Yeah,
I can't lie. Like that one is such a dead ringer. It's crazy. Like it's such a dead ringer that it damn near feels like it can't be coincidence. It feels very intentional that you drew his face that way. One half of that nigga's face is a dead ringer for fucking Blackbeard. The other half a dead ringer for Buggy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean kind of. I'm talking. I've seen niggas line it up perfectly.
I've seen them as well.
You feel me? that doesn't mean I sit in the camp of thinking, hey, Buggy's this nigga's fucking long lost son.
Cool.
I don't
So
think
it's not gonna be because then after I wonder how the fuck would Buggy end up on your op shit?
Not his son. You know what I'm saying? I mean, boy, think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like really think about it. How would Buggy end up on his op ship? Really think about it.
Well, just kidnap that nigga, yeah?
Bro, kidnap the nigga or just found the fucking orphan ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, cool. You get me?
Whitebeard did the same shit. Trash, bro. Just out your fucking...
Like, Whitebeard did the same shit, though. It's like, bro, don't forget.
Leaving bare single moms and shit.
Like, Roger...
Actually, I'm gonna take offense to that, you know. He's melanated, he's clearly melanated, and he's out here leaving a bunch of single moms. I can't have that.
Hey, listen,
I cannot have that. I cannot have that.
Man said a gender piece. You get me? Man said a gender piece.
Bro.
You feel me?
Bro, I see you, Order. I see you.
Man said a gender piece. You feel me? You heard it here first.
But yeah, real talk though. Not much talks in that one, not gonna lie. But I'm gonna leave the door open.
Him being his son?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
I'll leave the door open pure because of the way you might have lined it up, but at the same time, I'm cognizant of the fact that if you have like similar enough images, you can like make that symmetry work. It's an anime. It's a drawing.
I was more so just gonna be like, cool boy, I'm gonna lay my cards on the table right now, boom, and just like stand on this shit. I do not think Buggy's his son. I'm standing on it, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it here. I do not think Buggy is Xebec's
the whole him
son.
being the whole Blackbeard being his son thing kind of taught me, all right, cool. Don't write anything off, anything's possible. Just like leave the possibility open.
I hear it. You know what I'm saying? With other characters, I'd be open to that, you feel me? But I'm disinclined to believe that fucking we're gonna get the reveal that Blackbeard is his son, and then not too long after that, we're also gonna get the reveal that Buggy is his son. You feel me? Whereas Blackbeard, again, in our previous episode, or like a couple episodes ago, you can see enough lines. Hold on. You can see enough lines between Xebec and Blackbeard. You know what I'm saying? There's not one between Buggy and fucking Xebec. You feel me? So really and truly.
3 knives.
You know what I'm saying? Really
3
and truly.
Heads, 3 fucking
3 what?
claw things.
3 knives, 3 knives, 3 heads. That again,
doesn't have 3 little hairs under his eye. Like 3 eyelashes.
If that's what niggas want to run with,
bro, I don't know.
So
I don't know,
personally.
Bro. How the fuck man arrived at that? I don't know. I respect you for finding it. I respect you for finding it, but how you fucking saw that, I don't know. Cause my mind just don't go there.
So what?
Huh? How them man saw just like the similarity between Xebec and Buggy just after like the face reveal, bro. I salute to you, man, fam.
No, for real, but it's real shit. This is what I'm saying. So it's like real shit. If you look at the picture, like you don't have to dig hard or squint hard to see the resemblance. Look at one half of the face, you see Blackbeard. Look at the other half of the face, you see Buggy.
All right, cool.
You get me?
So without being like a diehard One Piece head, yeah.
Yeah.
How often would Buggy come up in the same conversation as say Xebec?
Never. That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't have a reason to have those 2 wanted posters side by side to kind of notice that.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not about having them side by side. It's like, cool. I know what Buggy looks like. I know what Blackbeard looks like. And now I'm looking at this nigga. You feel me? So that's why, that's all niggas are using to say, okay, cool, this nigga must be related to Buggy because one half of the fucking face looks exactly like Buggy. You feel me? That's as far as I'll take it though. I'm like, are you correct when you say there is a very, very damn near identical fucking design between these 2 niggas' fucking faces? Yes. I can't deny that. It's right there in front of me. I ain't gonna deny that shit. You feel me? But am I going to take the fucking assumption as far as saying, hey, that kind of means that Buggy might be his son too? Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? Fuck no. But my rationale being, up to now, I've seen no type of foreshadowing nor links between Buggy and Xebec that would make me think, hey, he's going to use this moment to reveal that fucking Buggy is also Xebec's son. Not one. You feel me? Not one. You know what I'm saying? The Buggy-centric discussions are elsewhere. I just don't think like they should be centered around Xebec. I honestly just think it's just a passing resemblance between stylistic choices of drawing.
That's really what. That's what.
That's what.
Hey, if I'm wrong, so be it.
That's what I mean. Like,
it's a possibility. We'll put that in the fucking filing cabinet.
That's what I'm like. Because of that, because I only think it's a fucking stylistic design choice. It's why I firmly believe it's not Xebec's son. You get me? So that's why I'm like, hey, respect to the man. Like anybody that's like, hey, I'm gonna keep that door open. Salute. But I am gonna stand on here and be like, no, he's not Xebec's son.
Let me show you just how much I'm just like not really taking that seriously. Have you noticed in a lot of the artwork, right? Because Xebec seems to have like multicolor hair.
Yeah,
they've painted in blue. They like to symbolize I literally only just made that connection while we're talking. I'm like, oh, that's why he has blue hair in the fucking artwork.
Because niggas think that he's Buggy's fucking father as well. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's what I mean.
Put a clown nose on fucking Blackbeard.
and that's what I mean. It's like at that point there, it's like, I can't really rock with you niggas. You feel me? Because you've now colored the niggas' hair to justify your assumption. You get me? There's nothing that makes nothing clearly tells you, hey, this nigga's related to this nigga. This nigga's related to fucking Blackbeard. It was put on wax. Be happy with that for now. You get me? Is it a fucking design choice? Yes. You get me? And I firmly think it's just that. I can't lie to you.
Fair
You
enough.
feel me? I firmly think it's just that.
Fair enough.
But that's all I really had for the One Piece, you get me?
Yeah.
Unless you had anything else you wanted to tack on to the end, my dog.
Nah, man, we're good. We pretty much covered it. Yeah, so Xebec is goated. Can't lie. You understand? So we already had the Sengoku statement, but you know, this chapter here,
W character.
55,
W character.
really sold that shit.
W character.
You know, so yeah, no, not much more to add to that.
Say less. Then, without further ado, man's gonna wrap up the One Piece segment, Yasso, and by Yasso I mean right here. And then we're gonna start the next segment in a sec. I love. And the next segment in question is upon us. You feel me? We're gonna be talking about some Dragon Ball Z related content again. You feel me? But if you're still with us at this point in the pod, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you rocking with us this far into the episode. Without further ado, I'm gonna pass it over to my dog Xero.
Right. So for this week's unique segment, just want to discuss an article that was published by Comic Book Resources, or CBR.
Okay.
Right. So it says former DB editor says A.O.T made lots of noise, but lacks long-term appeal.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and say I disagree with that statement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say I disagree with that statement on the basis like, what does long-term appeal look like? You know what I'm saying? I feel like long-term appeal can take many forms. You get me? So it depends on what you define as long-term appeal. Because, for example, I don't know too many other animes that can go on hiatus for like 4 years after your first 2 seasons and then come back to an acclaimed fucking anime still. You get me? And Attack on Titan did that. You feel me? There are a great deal of, like, I'll put it to you this way. Black Clover. I don't think Black Clover's gonna come back to the same fanfare that it had before it left. You feel me?
Fair enough.
And that's real shit. You get me? Look how long it took for Bleach to really get its fucking shining, like the 1,000-year Blood War arc. You know what I'm saying? Basically like a decade later. You feel me? And Bleach was infinitely fucking more popular than A.O.T in its prime. You feel me?
Right.
So for me, I feel like to tackle that question, it depends on what you call long-term appeal. Is appeal people still talking about you? Is appeal your anime holding up 10 years from now? You get me? I feel like it depends on what long-term appeal looks like for you. Like, that's how I would answer it. How would you tackle that statement?
Well, much like yourself, I don't inherently agree with what Torishima said.
Okay.
So for me, based on the way I've seen A.O.T over the years, it has managed to maintain its fan base.
That it has done.
And grown that, to be fair.
Phenomenally so.
A lot of people's first big anime was A.O.T. You understand? So they're gonna take that with them into the future, the way me and you take Dragon Ball with us into the 100%. Future. You understand? So in that regard, I don't agree.
Like the way niggas take Naruto into the future. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, real
right.
shit.
So the 2 series you did actually contrast A.O.T's success with was Dragon Ball and Naruto.
Okay.
You understand? So saying that basically, if you keep the story a bit simpler, straightforward, just something for people to read for fun, rather than trying to retain something, you know, that in his view makes a story better. Now this guy was a top editor.
Okay.
For Shonen Jump, you understand? So obviously he oversaw a lot of the stuff that was going on with Dragon Ball. So you understand? It's not like you don't know what he's talking about.
No, 100%.
I just feel like he's kind of off on this one.
100%.
So let me just speak like that retain something.
Yeah,
like,
it's the part I was gonna zero in on as well. But
yeah, so that retain things. All right, cool. He's mentioned Dragon Ball, right? As a story that's meant to be read for fun. And I would
like to keep the point you're about to make in your head, right? And I would like to preface this by saying, comparing it to Dragon Ball and Naruto are 2 astronomically high bars. In and of themselves. In and of themselves. Astronomically high bars. You feel me? Well, yeah, go on. Right.
So, the retaining thing, right? So his statement was that, sometimes the story is just meant to be, or sometimes it's better for a story to just be something that the readers rent for fun, and that's the end of it. They don't retain anything, right? And while I definitely do watch Dragon Ball for fun, you understand, I'm always hyped. No matter how many times I've seen the fights and whatever, I'm always I get that hype feeling, right? But here's what I did retain from Dragon Ball, even though according to you, the DB editor, I'm not supposed to retain anything.
Yeah.
Right? I retain, the understanding that hard work pays off in the long run. You understand? Dedication to something, striving for something, achieving a goal. You understand? All that. That stuff family. I retain from Dragon Ball.
Protecting your family. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Stand up for your loved one, doing the right thing.
Eat well.
Treating people right, respecting people. You understand? All those little themes are present in Dragon Ball. That is stuff I retain.
And that's stuff within the minutia of the storytelling.
Exactly.
You feel me? Or of the storytelling that you do seem to be kind of making seem like it's overly simplistic. You get me? Which, don't get me wrong, I know in comparison, if you hold up Dragon Ball Z story in comparison to
A.O.T or
like
a Death Note, it's
AOT,
not overly complex.
A Death Note, a fucking Code Geass, you know what I'm saying? Of course, it's nowhere near complex, but that speaks to the time period in which these works were made. You feel me? So that's kind of what I was going to zero in on. I feel like he's making that statement as an individual that got his mark or his come up in a different era of the industry.
Fair.
You feel me? In the era of the industry wherein he came up, yes, when you were producing works, it was really just to and for keeping people interested week to week. You feel me? The storylines didn't need to be overly complex. You get me? It didn't need to have like a overarching cyclical story like A.O.T ultimately does. You feel me? Which is one of the things people credit A.O.T for. You feel me? But again, I feel like two things can be true. You get me? He can be an editor and an established one in the industry at that. And the statements he isn't making from a place of complete ignorance. You get me? You've been in the field, you know the industry.
Right.
But that doesn't mean the comments you've made apply to A, animes that have been made after Dragon Ball Z and Naruto. You feel me? And B, even when applied to those same works, like you correctly just stated before now, there's still things I retain in something like Dragon Ball Z.
And
you get me?
That's also not speaking to tastes.
Yeah.
People's personal tastes.
People's personal preferences.
There are a lot of people, like, there are people I know that I can't sit down and put Dragon Ball in front of them. They just won't take it seriously. They're flying, they've got pointy hair, and
the crazy thing is this,
and all that kind of stuff. But put something on a bit more subtle and nuance, and they can get into it.
You won't even need to, like, there are other examples that I can give. You know what I'm saying? There are people that like Naruto but don't like Dragon Ball Z. There are people that like Bleach but don't like Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? And it's not because, hey, Dragon Ball Z is simplistic, you don't really retain nothing from it, you know what I'm saying? It's because, and obviously there are people that like Dragon Ball Z but don't like Naruto, you know what I'm saying? For example, cool. And the reason people have those fucking like proclivities there or those preferences there is because it's just the small things in each work that kind of make them lean more so towards that particular story.
Right.
You feel me? In Naruto, it's the fucking chakra system, the fucking defined taijutsu, ninjutsu, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. In Dragon Ball Z, it's the transformations. In fucking Bleach, Bleach is the hard one. You feel me? In Bleach, it takes a touch more investment before Bleach gets fire, in my opinion. You get me?
Bro, it's horror.
The niggas that lock into Bleach can tell you, bro, there are concepts in Bleach that you will not find anywhere else, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, like, bad boy concepts you're not going to find anywhere else. Nigga, it's the first time you told me the sword is my soul. I am the sword. I am as one with sword and made me respect it. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, cause it's the little things in each individual work that make people retain something from it. You feel me? Like, so I feel like saying, hey, A.O.T doesn't really hold up as much as fucking, say, and of course I'm paraphrasing here, yeah? But saying A.O.T doesn't really hold up as well as, say, Dragon Ball Z and Naruto because it has a more complex story. And again, I am paraphrasing here. I don't want to, like, misrepresent his argument. I feel like the broad strokes of it, though, are misplaced. You get me?
Yeah.
I feel like the broad strokes of your argument are a bit misplaced, or at the very least, they come across out of touch. You get me?
Fair.
Like, they come across very, very out of touch in, like, today's modern industry of especially by today's modern standards. You get me?
Fair.
Like, objectively, yeah, a lot of animes that come out now and a lot of mangas that come out now, be they shonen or otherwise, people do like a bit more complexity in them now.
Yeah,
you
get me? Just like who can punch who hard.
Literally.
And I'm still here for that in my Dragon Ball. I don't give a rat's ass.
And again,
bro, like, that's what I'm here for.
It's the counterpoint. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool. By that same token, it's why, like, I don't come to Dragon Ball Z today for any of those reasons. You feel me? It's literally the counterpoint. Like, the comments he's making, they don't really apply to anime made in, like, today's industry. And if I look at, like, say, Dragon Ball Z that's produced today, or Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball Diamond that's produced today, people still go and watch them and like them and retain shit despite the fact that it's the same storytelling. It's not overly complex. It's still transformation laden. You feel me? But people still rock with it. That means something. Do you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, that means something. It means not everybody needs a complex story in order for something to be good. True. But by the same token, it doesn't mean the whole wave of people that love AOT and the whole wave of people that love Death Note and the whole wave of people that love these more complexly written animes are any less valid. You get me?
True.
Or any less valid.
And it's not as if that once it's done, which is sort of the point that he's speaking to here.
I was gonna speak to it.
Not that. It's not that once the series is finished, that's it. They drop the series and they never return to it. No. They are going to be talking about AOT 100%. For years to come.
For time to come. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like
they'll introduce their kids probably once they're older. You don't want to introduce your younger to that one. But, you understand?
You got me?
But they'll introduce their kids or their friends will still talk about it and stuff like that. I see a weird picture. I know it's tangents. I see a weird picture on Reddit the other day, right? And it's 3 grown men and they're kind of just like laying down and each one of them have a pizza on top of them, right? Yeah. So it's like a wife that took the picture. She's like, yeah, my husband had a sleepover last night. Him and his friends are going to watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy. You understand? And I can absolutely see 20 years down the fucking line, some people that grew up watching AOT doing that kind of shit with their friends.
Bro, niggas
just having like a watch party kind of thing.
Niggas already do it. Like, trust and believe, niggas already do it right now. You get me? Like, people who are in their 20s, people who are in like, you know what I'm saying? People already do it. You get me? Shit that came out 10 years ago, 20 years ago, talking OG Naruto, you get me? Which by today's standards is coming up 15 years old now. You feel me? So I'm like, gang, I feel like the comment when it's made, yes, it is true to a degree, but only if you don't take into consideration people's personal preferences. You get me?
Right.
Like, for example, I feel like, hey, if you look at the ending for like MHA and you look at the ending for JJK, you know what I'm saying? I feel like those might be examples of what he's talking about, you know what I'm saying? Because both of those are a touch complex in their own rights, but look at how their initial endings were. You know what I'm saying? The payoffs weren't necessarily all there. You get me? So I do understand that point, but it still can't be used as a statement to justify modern day anime by those standards. You get me? By his industry standards. Because you came up in an era where the standard for writing in manga and production of anime was entirely different to today. You get me? In your time period, people didn't require any more complexity. It was really just a burgeoning industry.
And that's not to say that there wasn't. Yu Hakusho was a fairly complex show.
But even that came out like time after like the earlier inceptions of anime. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like the Astro Boys and shit. You feel me?
Sure.
So that's what I'm like, cause in your time period when those like shits were fucking running, yeah, it was literally keep people interested week in, week out, burgeoning industry shit. You feel me? Now that the industry is solidified, successful, a global phenomenon, yeah, you're gonna have to attract a bigger audience. And a part of doing that is shifting up the writing style, shifting up how you produce some of these mangas.
There's like lots of other influences as well now. The community is more global now, not just like the anime community, but like the world is a bit more connected now, right? So obviously the influences, like the more complex writings people have to study in school and stuff, all of that's gonna like influence the kind of stories that they then themselves go on to create and put out there as manga.
And that's what I mean,
and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I mean. It's because of course,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Not every single person.
Like the shit's gonna evolve.
It's
over time
going to evolve because much
So-
like the people who are fucking raised off Dragon Ball Z, who would then go on to create their own mangas, of which we can tell it's very fucking Dragon Ball Z influenced. Think One Piece. You get me? Cause yeah, you're gonna have a wave of people that were raised off something like, say, AOT. You feel me? And there's a strong chance that their work is going to be similarly complex, not lifting the fucking work, you get me? But similarly complex. It's the passage of time. And of course, like any other industry, it needs to innovate. You get me? And innovation takes the form of writing like different writing styles, newer writing styles. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. You feel me? That's all it is.
Sure.
You get me? So, do I agree with the statement? Sorry to circle back around to the initial question. Do I agree with the statement? Not necessarily. You feel me? I can't say I do. I understand the point he's speaking to and the place he's speaking from, but I don't think it applies to like modern day anime standards, I'm afraid.
So, to be fair to Torishima, right? We only really touch on like 2 areas of the entire article, right? So, if you want to be fair to him as well, I'd say go read it so you can see what he said in full context and, you know, whatever.
Because I don't want to misrepresent
you know,
man's
I
argument.
don't want to really misrepresent him, but I feel like those 2 statements that, you know, AOT lacks long-term appeal and that, you know,
Super
good stories are, you know, good stories should be, you know,
bro,
read for fun and then you don't retain anything.
That is such a
I
bad
just
point.
don't agree with that,
That
right?
is just such a crazy point to make. Wow, bro.
And then the last point on this, right? AOT just this year won the Global Impact Award. This very year, so the same year you're saying this shit, it won an award for impact.
But it has
globally.
But it has no long-term appeal though, right?
You understand? Like, that's not gonna fade anytime soon, my guy.
Brother, I don't understand. Like, for you to have chosen AOT, of all things to use to make this point, is bizarre to me. Even though I am not the staunchest fucking, like, I'm not an AOT stand by any means. You feel me? I can respect the story. Is it my favorite story? No. Is Ero my favorite character? No. You get me? But to say it has no long-term appeal is crazy work. It's such crazy work, especially for somebody who's a part of the industry. So
and it only recently ended as well. Like we don't really know what that looks like. The manga sales and stuff like seem to have dipped.
Stay with
right?
me.
So that's what he's talking about.
And again, stay with me.
It's a recently ended anime.
It recently ended, and B, the shit went on hiatus and then came back like 6-7 years later. Then had its own successive seasons and then actually ended. You tell me how many other animes you know that can do that.
Yeah, that was a patient ass fan base.
Like, nigga, trust me, a patient fan base that obviously got what they wanted in the end because they stayed true to what the fuck they were watching. It has enough appeal for them niggas to sit down and wait a period of fucking years with nothing on the horizon and still hold out hope. You know what I'm saying? If nobody can understand that, I know Bleach niggas can. You feel me? No long-term appeal. What the fuck? What the fuck? True. Crazy statement. Crazy statement. I don't have to be an A.O.T. stan to look at that. Like, you chose perhaps one of the worst examples to use for that point. I can't lie to you. A.O.T. is a very bad one. It's like picking Berserk. Very bad example. You get me? Like, very bad example, my nigga. I will not hold you. You feel me? But not gonna lie, unless you had anything else you wanted to tack on to the question.
No.
Nah? Did I answer it properly?
Yeah, man. Yeah? Nah, straightforward thing. Like, what's your thoughts on the statement? You answered. I feel like you answered it like succinctly. Don't know what else we could really add to that. You know, it's a wild statement and genuinely a fucking hot take,
bro. Fucking soul,
like, genuinely a fucking.
Bro,
that
take is burning up on entry, my nigga. I will not hold you.
I don't see many people supporting that position.
Yeah,
you understand? Like, if you want to like nitpick what you're saying, and like I said, like go read the full thing, and dig into it, and then you can kind of like formulate your own real opinions on it. But those two kind of just jumped out at me, which is why I just like brought them to your attention and kind of want to discuss that.
Appreciate it.
So yeah.
Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I can't lie. I'm glad we had that discussion because I want to set that record straight right now, bro. Like, that is a crazy fucking statement to make. And perhaps the worst example you could have chosen to use in your statement. A.O.T., bad example. You know what I'm saying? Because A.O.T.'s whole thing is the amount of time that it took to complete and the amount of people IRL that sat there and waited for that completion. You know what I'm saying? Even when them niggas got to portioning up the last season, niggas were still locked in for it. You feel me? So I'm like, gang,
patient ass fan base, boy.
Come on. You feel me? Them niggas were there for it. That speaks to the fucking long-term appeal of A.O.T. What are we talking about, please?
True.
You feel me? But I am not going to, you know what I'm saying, keep repeating myself. You get me? This has been KTT episode 40. I have been Drift.
It's your boy Xero.
I will catch you in the next one. Love.